What's up, 419? This is VJ Coleman Jr. of Flight School. Let's take flight on my 419 ground. I'm Victor J. Coleman Jr. from the west side of Toledo. I'm a graduate of Boise C Star, class of 99. Different programs that I've been involved in and I'm currently involved in, speaking in no chronological order. Got Hydrate the Homeless, One Community Clean, pretty much anybody who has a community effort I try to get involved with. Currently working with Family Fitness and the Behavioral Boot Camp, which seems to be pretty good for the community with what we're going through today. It was some years ago where the idea came about. I was working, and as I was ending my shift to go to my second job, I ran across a homeless guy who didn't have shoes. So I took my brand new work boots and I gave him those. But I noticed that he didn't have any water and it was a very hot day. So I asked him if he wanted some water, and when I watched him chug it down so fast, it clicked to me that more important than just food and clothes, they need water. So later that summer, I launched the Hydrate the Homeless, the first one, and it became an annual event. A lot of people ask, what's flight school? And that's a great question. I guess I didn't realize when I said flight school that people wouldn't understand what it was. What flight school is, to start, is it's about teaching an individual to think at new heights. It's about taking flight in our mind. So I did some research, and I found that a man 6 feet tall can see about 3 miles away. But someone on an airplane who is taking flight can see up to 239 miles away. So think about that in your mind. If you take your mind and you elevate it to the point where you transfer from seeing 3 miles to up to 239 miles, you can see more clearly and function more clearly in life. So that's where the flight school concept kind of comes from. As I traveled the country, I was able to see things more clearly every time I got on the plane. I seen things that I didn't see on the ground, and it gave me new insight on life. So I wanted to share that metaphorically to other people. So that's where the flight school vision came from. The mission is to empower our youth, but it's not just for our youth, it's for all people. But the mission and the vision right now is for the youth. Today, our youth don't look further than that 3 miles. That's all they can see, and that might be their 3-block radius, from where they live. So that's how we get wrapped up into gangs and drug activities, similar to myself as a youth. But when I was able to travel, I seen and experienced other things, and it opened my mind up to something different than what my block or my hood had to offer. So I introduced flight school as an alternative for others to now elevate their thinking and go beyond their block or their hood. One of the biggest influences is 1996. I was 16 years old, and I was blessed with the opportunity to go to Atlanta to be a part of or experience the Olympics, and to see the celebrities and to see that lifestyle of a big city and the fast pace. It inspired me. Did I come home a totally changed child? No. I was still a troubled youth, but it planted a seed that would later grow into something great. I think I finally shook it off, the street life of being attracted to that street life, wanting to be the drug dealer, wanting to be the man, that negative image. I finally shook it off about 28 years old. So at 28, that's when I went back to college. And I decided I was no longer living for myself, but I was living for my children. And I had to make that choice to not be selfish. And it was a struggle. I'm sleeping on my mom's sofa, trying to make ends meet. But my goal was to be the best dad possible. No matter what my struggle was, I didn't want them to live my struggle. Graduated from school in 2010, which was the introduction to flight school. That's when it was established. And that's when I began to travel the country. And every time I got on the plane, it was flight schools in the building, flight school. And it began to grow. So my children, they've influenced me to change. Traveling and being able to be a part of, experience the Grammys and other red carpet events throughout the country. has experienced allowed me to change. I had an internship that I got with Atlantic Records back then, and it expired because of my negative behaviors back in Toledo. They did not allow me to go through and complete the internship. So that kind of crushed me, but it also motivated me because I've always been the underdog, and my vision for life is success, and I felt like I wasn't gonna let that stop. The greatest mentors that I've had, everyone should have a mentor. I'll start there. But the greatest mentors that I can say I've had today would be my stepfather. He was a great mentor to me. He taught me father-son love. You know, he put that in me early on. So I do thank him quite often for that. Robert Caldwell from Start, he was our dean. Many times I should have been kicked out of school, but he gave me a new chance, another chance. So apparently he's seen something in me to the point where he didn't want to put me out of school. He wanted me to get that opportunity, to change and develop. Fast forward, another mentor as far as music industry goes, my Uncle Dennis. He was a part of the music industry, and I always looked up to and respected his role in the music industry. While he wasn't mainstream, I still respected what he had done, in the gospel industry, and looked up to him. He was the one who gave us that opportunity to stay at his home during the Olympics that year, and he had several events he held at his church that tied into the Olympics, and that blessed me a lot. Another mentor in the workplace. I have a mentor, he's actually ill right now, so it kind of bothered me. He got ill last week, we found out. But his name is Todd. He's been a great mentor to me. He's inspired me and he's believed in me. And in the workplace, you need something like that. Outside of Toledo, I've been able to experience, I've worked behind the scenes during the Black Film Festival in Miami. That was an awesome experience. The first day I got there, it was a depressing experience because I didn't know anyone. And I actually had to question myself, is this really where I'm supposed to be? I stayed in a hotel room that night by myself, but the other people who were working the event, we had all met online and we agreed to get a hotel room together. So the next night we all got together, and that's when it was like, boom. I was able to develop relationships that I still keep in touch with these people today. We always call each other brother, sister, cousin. Like, we didn't have a title for it, but those relationships still are there and lasting today. That was great for me because I got to experience the entertainment industry from an angle to see if this is really what I want. Yeah, I have the education. Now get your feet wet. Let's see if this is really what you want. My experience of going to New York, even while it was a short time as an intern, that experience showed me, again, a new window of opportunity, and that helped develop me. My grind was I flew out on Sunday to go do my internship, flew back to Toledo on Wednesday so I can keep my main job. And while I was using up my 401k and little money that I'd saved, the experience was priceless. Being a part of different Grammy events throughout the country has definitely helped mold me. Networking, it taught me how to network and how to get in front of people and speak positively about myself. My love for Toledo is that it's a tight-knit situation. My dislike is we don't take advantage of that tight-knit situation. You look at the opportunity to grow and build, we don't take advantage of it. We're a bunch of crabs in a bucket looking for the top. And what we fail to realize is each one of us can make it to our individual top. You may not become a millionaire, but you can become 100,000-aire, whatever, and be successful in your own right. But we're so busy counting the next man's wallet that we don't see we're missing our own blessing. So that's a love and dislike for me. I love that we're a small city. I hate that we don't take advantage of it. First thing I would say is you got to believe. We all have a dream, and our dream is whatever it may be. This formula is what I use to change my life. You got to believe in that dream. My dream since I was a kid was to be in the music industry. And when I got to the point where I was there, things happened that rejected me, but then other opportunities came. And I kept believing. I didn't let the rejections stop me. This generation hits one speed bump, let's say, and we stop. But why are we stopping? What is the point? You know, we're gonna have hurdles in the way. We're gonna reach some hills, there's gonna be some mountains, there's gonna be some valleys, but we have to keep going, and that's the key. So you have to get to a point where you take your dream and you believe in it. And then once you believe in it, and believing in it, I'm gonna tell you what believing in it is. If you're starting a business, believing in it is going to register your business as a legal business. Believing in it is going back to school and educating yourself on that business or on that dream. That's what believing in it is. Believing in it is just saying, one day I'm gonna be so-and-so. You gotta do something in between there. It's 3 steps. I dream, I believe, I am. Once you get to that I believe where you're doing the work, then you say, I am. You know, not one day I am, I am. I am in the music industry because I went to school and got my degree in, and now I travel and network and build within that industry. I am. And for the young entrepreneur, I think we try to skip from the I dream to the I am without ever believing in who we are. You can reach me or find me and my team on any social media site at VJ Coleman JR on any social media site. Branding is key, so I stick to the same thing, at VJ Coleman JR on any social media site. As far as contacting us for booking, info at letstakeflight.com, or you can go to the website and follow the links as well, letstakeflight.com. Yo, thank you for taking flight with me on my 419 grind.